Hey y'all, so I'm gonna talk about my life and basically how I got this far while I'm playing in my hair. Okay, so I honestly wasn't really gonna make this video, but then at the same time, I really do feel as though me making this video is going to let me stop talking about what I went through. I feel as though because I really don't want to continue talking about what I went through. Honestly, I feel as though I'm kind of over that situation. I mean, I've been over that situation for months now, but at the same time, I think it's best for me to talk about it so I can release it and not talk about it anymore, type of thing. So, yeah, while I'm plaiting my hair, I'm going to talk about my life. So, my life is pretty much crazy. Honestly, it really is. But because I've lived my life, I honestly think that I'm pretty used to it. Like, I've been through a lot of stuff to the point where I just been, I don't know, like I never really paid that much attention to it, because it's like I've always been through stuff like my whole entire life. So it's like when you go through a whole bunch of trauma in your life, you pretty much don't really notice how much you go through because you just kind of like pushing it on, or like you don't really care, or you just don't want to think about it. Because like if you went through so much, you don't want to continuously thinking about every single thing that you went through, right? And I've been through stuff like even as like a young little jit, so it's way too much stuff to remember, honestly. So, by the way, whatever I say in this video, don't think that I just want y'all to understand that my parents, first of all, and my family, I actually truly love them to the bottom of my heart. Like, I still have love for them. I still care for them. I still wish the best for them. But, yeah, which is why I don't really, I mean, I talk about my life, but then at the same time, I don't talk about my life. And then when I was around them, when I was still living with them, like, even though they put me through so much stuff, it's like I really didn't really care. Like, I always was the person who was like, all right, like, who cares if you did this to me? Like, I'm still going to love you regardless, because that's just who I am as a person. Like, I'm a very nice person. I'm a very truthful person. So, and then I don't really hold grudges like that. But the reason why I left and everything like that was because it was just like it was way too much, to be honest. It was like way too much. Like, my family betrayed me on a whole different level, pretty much. And it's not every single one of my family members, but it's the mass majority of them. The main ones that I normally see, you feel me? The immediate ones, you know? So, I'm just gonna let y'all know this. Me and my mom, we never really had a genuine mom and daughter type of relationship. Like, it was just always my mom and then me always trying to find ways to do things around my mom, if that makes any sense. Like, when I would go see her and whatever, or when I was living with her, she always used to be on her own. She always stayed in her room. You know, she'll get off of work, say hi and everything like that, 2 3 minutes, and then go, like, dip, just to be in her room, just to be by herself. She always likes to be by herself, which is why I always like to be by myself, because I'm just so used to her being by herself. So it just got on to me, you know. That's why to this day, like, I would rather be by myself. Okay. And then let me see. Like, even though she would be by herself, my diamond done fell off. Even though she would be by herself, like, I don't know, my brothers and I, we still would try to find ways to, like, hang with her, or, like, you know, see her and whatever. She would say to this day, like, she was, like, always in our lives and everything like that, but she mainly was by herself, like, throughout the whole entire time. So yeah, my brothers, my brothers and I have two brothers, right? So my brothers and I, we have, like, the same mom but different dads. My little brother, his dad died when he was, like, I don't know, maybe like 5 or whatever, or even more younger than that. I don't know. I don't really be paying attention, like, as you can see. I be in my own lane, in my own head type shit. But yeah, he had died when my little brother was little, and my oldest brother, his father was in the military and whatever, and his father's still alive and shit, but his father don't really want anything to do with my oldest brother. Okay. Now, as far as me, my father has been in my life, but when I was living with my mom, like, I would go see my father, like, every other week. So not every week, but every other week. And when I was younger, a lot of the times my mom and my father will always get into arguments, and then a lot of times she will make me, because they would get into arguments, she will use that as an excuse for me not going to be able to see my father. Or if I would get in trouble, she'll make it that as an excuse for me not going to see my father. So if I got in trouble, I couldn't see my father. Or if my mom and my dad got into an argument, I couldn't see my father. And then even with that, like, a lot of times where I was supposed to see my father, there was plenty of times where he didn't show up. So I ended up having, like, abandonment issues, because for a mom who always stayed by herself, and for my father who was there but not really there, I was pretty much by myself. You know, I was pretty much in my head. I was pretty much doing my own thing, because it was like, I'm just so used to that. And I don't think they understand that. I don't think they get it to this day. You know, they call me weird and everything like that, but it's just like, I've been by myself. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But I'm a daddy's girl or whatever. But yeah, I've always been. Okay, so I'm not anymore, but, like, I was. But when I was younger, when I was, like, probably 5, 6, before even hitting first grade type, I don't know how to describe this. I hate talking about my life. But I don't want to talk about it anymore, pretty much. I just want to just let it go and just, like, move on with my life. Because I know that something big is coming, and I really don't have time to be going back and forth about what I went through, to be honest. So, something big as in something good. Okay. So, when I was younger, my mom, she was with my little brother's father. Okay. And it's a lot that happened with him. Like, he used to always abuse my oldest brother and I. Hold on, my phone is dying. But he used to always abuse my oldest brother and I, and a lot of other shit. Hold on, let me get my let me get the charger. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let me go get the stand. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay. But yeah, my mom was dating this guy, right? We gonna call him Jay. Even though he's dead, so I really don't care. But anyway, we're gonna call him Jay. Is my phone? I hope my phone is charging. Okay. I think it is. Okay, it is. All right. So, Jay, whatever, he, my mom was always like jealous of me or whatever. I don't even know why though. Like, you a grown woman. I didn't understand. I still to this day don't really understand how, but I think it's because of how I look or whatever. She didn't really like that. Because I'm a tarot reader and I do like watch readings and everything like that, I hear a lot of times like light skin privilege or whatever. But to be honest, my whole entire life I really thought like I just look like a normal black girl. Like I don't know, bitch, I don't know. But yeah. So she was always like really jealous of me and everything like that. And so my mom will always get me in trouble with the guy that she was with. He will always abuse me. Even though like my father was like crazy. So like if I would have told my father, and I'm pretty sure there was plenty of times where I did tell my father and my father couldn't really do anything, or he would have gone back to jail. Okay. But yeah. There's also times where my mom ran a sex cult on me. Okay. And she did it for like money, drugs. Okay. Now mind you, Jay was like very evil. He was very bad. Like he was a very bad guy. Like he had other kids and his other kids was scared as fuck of him. Like this guy was the type of guy that would walk in a room and everyone had to be quiet. Okay, even his kids himself like was scared as fuck of him. Like I'm telling you, he was like a really bad guy. But my mom was like head over heels for the guy. She loved that guy for real. 110%. And she even treat us differently, like my brothers, because she did have a baby with him. Okay, which is my little brother. And she treats him way different. And she always says it's because like he's the last child. And she's like the last child between her brothers and sisters, when in reality it's really because she really worshiped Jay. All right, she worshiped him. Like it was a very crazy thing. So when she was running the sex code on me, it was all her. It was the everybody who raped me, molested me, and everything like that. Like they were all Jody's friends, right? They were all Jay's friends. So Jay is a professional bowler or whatever, and all of the guys that did that to me was bowlers. They were all bowlers, okay? Yeah. And it was 25 plus guys, right? It was so many. It was a lot of guys that by the time it was like 10, 15, I pretty much got used to it. Like I pretty much got used to it. And they did it in my mom's like apartment. All right. This was in Fort Lauderdale. So yeah. And it was all paid for. Like it was a paid organization. Okay. So yeah. I don't really, to me, I don't really get sad over the situation. Like I was like a little baby. Like that shit dead and gone. But still to this day, it's like I was under my mom. My mom had me under like spells like my whole entire life. So I couldn't talk. Like she had spells over my beauty. So I will always be breaking out. I will always be sick. And I couldn't really speak as much because, which is why I'm pretty much open with speaking now, because I was under spells my whole entire life. Like ever since I was like a baby, ever since all that shit was happening, I was under spells like my whole entire life. All right, I didn't get off of spells until this year. All right, and it's finally wearing off like fully this month. So yeah. What else was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So yeah, so my mom did all this for sex, drugs, and money. So while my brother and I would be at school, she would literally be in the apartment, knocked out on drugs. To this day, she doesn't even remember half the shit that she did. To this day, she does not even believe half of the stuff that she did. She does not understand half of the stuff, okay? Like she completely does not understand. But to me, I feel as though she doesn't want to believe. She does not want to understand because she does not want to feel guilty for what she's done. And yeah. Also, alongside with the drugs, she gave me crack cocaine to keep me still while the whole entire rape and molestation was happening. Yeah. And she filmed the evidence and tried to get money for it. Like, she would film the guys doing it to me and put it on like Pornhub or like a sex site so she can get money off of it. Okay. Now, the reason how I knew that these were the bowlers was because I pretty much, this is gonna be weird, but like, you know how when people have sex and whatever and they start making noise through sex, like, I was trying to make sure that I knew exactly who was doing this shit to me, because something did not feel right. Like, these guys would do stuff to me, and then we will have to go to like bowling and everything like that and watch Jay like bowl and everything like that. But the guys just did not make any sense to me, because like a lot of them would like buy me food and everything like that, but not my brothers, which would be so weird, right? So I was very confused about that. They also like treated me like a freaking princess. And it was also weird to me because I was like, bro, like, why am I the fucking princess? I just didn't understand. I didn't really understand because it was like, what? I don't get it. But now I'm realizing, oh, like, they did that because, of course, that crazy shit. So, what else? Also, like I said, it was a paid organization. My mom opened a door for each and every one of them, collected the money, and brought them in her room. All right. So she would bring me in her room. She would bring the guys in the room. Jay would sit there and watch. And my mom would film. Now, at first my mom was in charge of breaking down the white powder, but she kept on messing up the recipe or whatever, however the fuck it is. She kept on messing it up, which always caused the house to be like stink, like around late at night, because they will always do this late at night, unless it was like right after school. So yeah. So she'll be in charge of breaking this stuff down, but she kept on messing it up. So he was in charge of it. Jay was in charge of it. So yeah. Now, another thing is, like I said, Jay always was angry. He was always an angry person. I don't know what he had, but it was like something internal that kept on like he was always in pain. He was always going through stuff internally, whatever, his organs or whatever. All right. So yeah. So he will always put his anger out on my brother and I. Always. Even if we weren't doing anything wrong, he just like beating and hurting people. I don't really know. I don't know what sick people go in their mindset, because that's not me. So like, I'm just never gonna understand. But yeah. So, and then when he would beat me, like, he would like strip me down to like my underwear and grab me by the ankles to where I'm upside down, and he would beat me like with, you know, those spiky like belts, the belts that have like, it's really hard to describe, like, when, not to shade any emo people, but like those type of belts that had little spikes on it. Yeah, he would get one of those belts and beat me with it. And he will also beat me with the buckle of the belt part, so it would definitely hurt, right? There was this one time where he hit me on my eye, and I was like scarred from it, like scarred as in like I bruised like really badly, and I had to get surgery on that same eye because my vision was like off or whatever. So they had to realign my like eye and everything like that. Flip that shit over, realign it and whatever. I don't know why I put this knot in my head. Like, I'm just gonna take it out. It's like way too thin though. Like, you see how thin this is and then thick at the end? I gotta find a way. I'm just gonna leave it. Whatever. So, what else? Around that same time that like Jay was doing that to me, my dad himself, because I think I definitely told my dad about, I told my dad about Jay touching me and everything like that. And I think I even showed my dad like a video of it, and my dad saw it. And I think he had took me to one of his friends' house, and that was the first time that I realized like my parents are just like batshit crazy. But he took me to one of his friends' house. I was in the backseat of the car. Him and his friend was talking about the situation. Mind you, I'm in the backseat of the car. The windows are down. It's nighttime, and they're talking, right? They're talking and shit. And I just so happened to freaking hear them talking, whatever. And I'm hearing my father talking about, oh yeah, I seen the video and I got turned on by it, to the friend. So from that point on, I knew like, yeah, my parents, there's something going on with my parents. Like, I don't know what the fuck. From that point on, my father was touching me too, sexually. And he done did it a couple times. He didn't do it like enough as far as the guys, the 25 guys, but he did it about like 4 or 5 times. And with my father, it was like, I don't know, it felt like a betrayal. That was like the first time, because we were, mind you, we were like very close, like when I was like young. Like, we were like best fucking friends. Like, we told each other every single thing. We didn't keep no secrets out, type of situation. But like that was like one of the times where I was like, I kind of like, it got to a point where I pretty much stopped talking in general. I didn't really talk to nobody, and people didn't really understand that. He didn't even understand that. He thought I was like, I don't know what he thought, but he thought I was just like, just going through things, or I really don't know. But I really just stopped talking. Like, I just didn't really care anymore. Cause I'm like, bro, like my mom don't really like me. We both know that we don't like each other. Now my father doing this shit. Who the fuck am I going to look up as a parent? And then it got to a point where it was just like, I don't know. I'm that person who I just keep forgiving people even if they hurt me or not. So eventually I end up talking back to them. I end up being cool with them and whatever. And I told people left and right, but nobody really cared. Or people always thought I was lying. Every single time I told them what was going on in my life. So it wasn't like I just kept this secret forever. Like, I told people left and right. But just everyone was always on their side, or everyone thought I was just making shit up. Like, if I'm a kid, what the fuck I'm gonna make that shit up? I'm thinking about Barbies and fucking Barbie doll houses all day long. Like, why would I make something as serious as that up? That's just dumb to me. But whatever. What was I gonna say? I keep forgetting what I'm about to say. But I forgot what I was about to say. But as far as my family and everything like that, like, I definitely told people. And then a lot of people that I told was on my parents' side, so I couldn't really do that much about it, because if I kept on telling, like, they just end up telling my parent. And so my parent would get on me. Like, I would literally get in trouble just for telling what's going on. Like, that was always something. And then because I wouldn't shut up about it, I was placed under spells. For real, like, not even like joking. Like, I was straight up placed under spells left and right. And it was my whole family doing that shit to me. And they kept on doing it. Like, it's just really hard talking about my life. It's not hard, but it's just like, it's so uncomfortable. But yeah, because now it's like everybody that I truly trusted betrayed me. Like, everybody that I truly trusted. Okay, but anyway, at this time, like, I started stopped talking about it, because like I said, I was under spells and shit. So next thing you know, my cousin, boom, she ends up getting raped by someone, I think someone at school or whatever. And mind you, I never even told her. Like, I never told her, because I didn't know who to trust. Like, at that point, I didn't know who to trust. Like, so oh, let me tell you about the situation. Still talking about Jay. So the situation with Jay, right? He was I'm gonna tell you about my cousin later. The situation with Jay, right? He was there was this point where we were living in Fort Lauderdale, and I think we was on the second floor. Yeah, I think we was on the second floor in this apartment complex. And it got to the point where mind you, that's the same place that the sex cult was happening, right? So it got to the point where my mom even like shut off her own mom. Like, my mom literally shut off her own mom from seeing her. Like, my grandma lived on the fourth floor, my mom lived on the second floor, that close, and my grandma couldn't even see her or see us. Like, she could not come through the door. You know, every time she went to the door, mind you, she always came to the door like once a week. So every time she would come to the door, Jay's cursing her out, my mom's cursing her out, and me and my oldest brother, just looking around the corner like, what the fuck going on? Like, grandma here, grandma here. We were not allowed to see my grandma for, I think, a whole entire year, even though she lived on the fourth floor. I think it was more than that. And she would like wait by the stair area every single morning when it was time for us to go to school, and she would call like our names or whatever, my brother and my name, and she would say our names, and then she would be like, I love you, I'm always here, you know, I still care, I still miss you, I forgive you. And we literally thought that was like a whole entire angel. Like, we literally thought that was an angel. That was like the first time like we believed in like God. We actually like believe that God exists. Like, we thought that was seriously an angel the whole entire time, when in reality it was just my grandma the whole time. But we was like, oh, angels do exist. Like, it was just so bad, because we was going through so much with Jay that it was like, it just, I don't know, like, that was pretty much our way of just still having faith. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. But there was this one time where I think my grandma said like who she was one day. Like, I think she got like pretty tired of us calling her angel or whatever, or thinking that she was like an angel. And I remember she said, like, I think she said her name, or she said that I'm here, grandma loves you, type of shit. And when I tell you, that was the first and last day she said that shit, Jay comes out of nowhere, turns around. Mind you, we pretty much by the parking lot by this point. He turns around so quick and dashes upstairs. Like, he leaves us there and dashes upstairs, and all you heard was just and a oof. Bitch, he don't hit my grandma, but I'm pretty sure mom don't remember that either. He don't hurt her, and it's just like, just because she said that she was grandma, like, and my grandma is the type of person who, she's old right by this point, like, and she don't forgive everybody who done did her wrong, even the people that did her wrong in her childhood. So she's a person who's like, that's how she's the person who's like, oh, whoever did you wrong, just forgive them, and you know, Like, they didn't mean any better. She's that type of grandma. So that's why I'm this type of person who is like, whatever my parents done did to me, they didn't mean any better. Cause it's like, that's my grandma. Like, she raised me to be that type of person. And I grew up like that. Like, even though I was abused and mistreated and everything like that, I still am the type of person who just like am that because that's how I was raised. Right? So I still love my mom, and I still love my father. I still, care for my mom, and I still care for my father because that's just how I was raised, right? But here's the thing. They got so used to it. They got so used to the craziness that it's like they think it's normal because they went through it themselves when they were a child. So it's like all the shit that is wrong in another person's eyes, they think is so completely normal, and they don't feel as though that it's a bad thing. They just feel as though everybody has their issues. So I always seen my mom like drunk. I've always seen my mom pretty much just bad. Like, she was working and everything like that. Like, ever since she had me, she been working, but at the same damn job. So she been working there for about 24 years. And then my dad, like, he was always like working 4, 5, 6 jobs a day. So my parents, they work and everything like that, but they do bad shit. Point blank, period. But they still have enough time to like work. You feel me? They ain't no like, oh, I ain't gonna go do shit. Like, they still find time to do shit. Like, they still find time for working. But yeah, just to make sure that's clear. Like, my father was in the military, my mom was in the army. Okay, so they still got something good going for themselves. It's just that they just always was in some dumb shit. They was just making poor excuses in life. And I'm not a parent or whatever, so I don't really know that much or know that better. Okay, so, and I can't like down them for everything because I didn't go to college. I didn't go to nobody's like military. I didn't go to nobody's army. I'm not planning to go to nobody's college. I'm not planning to go to nobody's military, and I'm not planning to go to nobody's army. But yeah. And because of that, they still think that I'm just gonna just waste my life away. It's whatever. But moving forward, now regarding my cousin and her situation with her being raped and everything like that. So she got raped and everything like that, but in school by this fuck boy, whatever. And she ends up telling me about it. Now, mind you, that same day I was gonna tell her what I went through, but I decided not to. So from her being raped and everything like that, mind you, my cousin is like my cousin was like my best friend. Like, we literally told each other everything. We never kept any secrets away. Y'all see the koala in the background? We never really kept any secrets from each other, but I always kept that secret from her because I always wanted to make sure, like, I don't know, like, to me, I'm that type of person who I really put my feelings and myself aside. I'm an empath, so I would rather help you before I help myself type shit. And that goes for anything. Like, I'm always been that type of person. So I never told her, but I understood. I always said, like, oh, I understand what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. You feel me? Another reason why I didn't tell her was because, like, that shit's embarrassing. Like, I don't know. Well, it was embarrassing at the time. To me, it's not embarrassing. It's not embarrassing anymore because I was a kid. So, but I don't know. That shit was embarrassing at that time. And still to this day, like, I still don't really know half of the shit that happened to me when I was a kid because I was under so many spells. So majority of the time I wasn't even there anyway. Like, I was there physically, my body, but I wasn't there mentally. Like, I was going through so much isolation spells. I was going through so much mental spells. I was just, still to this day, like, I still go through so much, and I'm still shedding off so much magic that my family placed on me, right? But yeah, so that's why, like, I pretty much talk the way I talk. I pretty much act the way I act. And that's a lot of reasons why I'm never really serious about, like, serious things. Like, somebody could literally pass out right now. And to me, it's like, I really cannot handle, I feel as though I really cannot handle serious things because I never was able to feel any emotions regarding serious things. I never had the time to. I never had the chance to. Every time I did have the chance, like, I was always getting punished for it. For instance, like, when I was getting raped and everything like that, my mom will always be like, shh, you're sleeping. Like, so a lot of times I would just, it's just, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I've been through so much where it was like I couldn't have a chance to really cry in front of people. I couldn't really have a chance to really express my feelings. Like, and then even when I was away, there I went through so much that it was like, by the time I'm by myself and can express my feelings, I'm not even mad about it anymore, like, or I'm not even sad about it anymore. So it's like, there's barely times where I do get to express my feelings. Even to this day, like, it's really hard for me to express myself. Like, I'll cry over some dumb shit before I cry over some serious shit. And that's just facts. I'll laugh about serious shit before I'll cry about serious shit. And it's just because of how I was raised. It was weak to be sad about serious shit around my mom. My mom is a narcissist, by the way, so it's really like they look at that as a weakness. And I was the type of person who always wanted my parents to be happy for me. Yeah. Now, still to this day, I don't really know half the shit that happened to me. So let me go get my laptop. Okay. Because I still don't know. Like, I know and I wrote it down, but like I said, I'm very disconnected to my life and how I grew up. That is just like, I'm very numb to everything. Even though I know what happened, I'm very, like, disconnected. But I did take some notes. I took a lot of notes actually, because I am pretty much interested into my life, but then at the same time I'm not at all. My eye burning, shit. All right. So both of my parents have like spending issues. They both would rather spend their money on unimportant things than spend their money on actual serious things. Like, so yeah. So they both have very bad spending issues, okay? My mom also has a very manipulative persona, a very manipulative, controlling persona. It's literally her way or no way, which is why whenever I'm around similar people like that, I really do not like them. Like, I would treat them like I would treat my mom. And because of that, now I talk to my mom very differently on how I talked to her before. I used to talk to my mom like mommy, like moms, mom. But now I'm like, bitch. I'm playing. No, seriously, I'm not. But like, still, just because like of who she is, like she really is very hard to be around. Like, she's a very hard person to be around because she's always trying to manipulate you into doing something that she wants, and normally it's required with money or has to do with money. Now I am gonna make probably a part 1, part 2 type of situation, because I know for a fact that I'm leaving out so much detail. And then also, I really don't like talking about my family. Not talking about my family, but I really don't like talking about what the fuck. So yeah, both of my parents had really bad parenting skills. Yeah, both of them really have like relationship problems. They just like, they can be with a good person that's for them, and they'll rather be with someone who is dramatic, someone who has lower standards, just because they feel very threatened with someone who is supposed to be in their life. But mind you, they always talk about, oh, they want someone good into their life. They want someone that can actually treat them right, and then they do get them, and then they're like, I don't know this, I don't like this. So it's like, they like drama type people. They like people who don't have morals for themselves, because they don't have morals for themselves. I'm the type of child who pretty much, I'm the type of child who honestly kind of taught my parents how to have some type of morals for themselves, and still to this day they still don't have morals for themselves. So I don't really know. I was always the type of child who pretty much helped them whenever they were down. I'm very good to talk to about like problems, but if I talk to you about problems and you going through the same fucking problems that I don't talk to you 3 times about, then I'm gonna let you deal with it on your own. That's just how I am. Like, if I'm helping you, understand that I'm helping you. I don't know, it's just confusing to me. But yeah, I'm always consistently fixing problems within the family. I'm always trying to help the family, and majority of it is not like financial situations. It's more so like problem solving and commutative situations. Okay, because I'm really big about family and trying to get family together. So it's like, yeah, whenever I come, I feel as though whenever I come, it's like, all right, we can have fun. Like, we can do fun shit, because it's always boring until I come into the situation. Regardless if it's my father or my mom, whenever I come, it's like all right, we can finally have fun because everybody ain't doing shit. But then when I come, it's like, finally, some type of entertainment, someone I can talk to. And I was always that person. Like, I was always that person. Even though I really don't like talking to people, like, why y'all want to talk to me? Go away, leave me alone. I was just here just to see what the fuck was up. But anyway, so I was always very, like, I was pretty much, even though I have an older brother and a younger brother, I was always the sister who looked after my older and my younger brother. Like, and that goes as far as to my cousins as well. Like, I was always the person who was the more mature one. I was always mature. I was very mature at a young age because of what I went through. But yeah. And even when Jay died, like, my mom still abused me and everything like that. And it got to a point where it was like I didn't really care if she abused me. I didn't really care if she did things to me. Like, I kind of like, I feel as though like that was like, I felt as though that was our way of communicating back and forth when she would argue and abuse me. So I pretty much used that as her giving me attention. So a lot of times when I was younger, because my mom didn't really like assert herself around me or like my brothers and everything like that, so I kind of manipulated the situation. So it, like, if my mom was like abusing me, that was like literally my way of getting attention from her. So I would get in trouble a lot when I was younger on purpose so I can get attention. Like, and it wasn't like long, it was like from like 6 to like 10. All right, so yeah, I think my boyfriend is home. Is my boyfriend home? If my boyfriend's home, then I'm gonna do a part 2. I'm gonna stop the video. But yeah. So I'm sorry, I keep forgetting what I'm about to say. But yeah, it was only from like 6 to 10. When I got a lot more older, I pretty much like was able to talk to my mom a lot more better. But when Jay died, it really gave my mom, like, it put my mom in a whole entire depression mode, a depression energy. Okay. And when Jay died, remember when I said that my mom didn't talk to her mom for like years? Yeah, so when Jay died, we ended up having to live with my mom's mother on the 4th floor, coincidentally. So it's like you literally pushed your mom away, didn't speak to her, called her all these names, allowed someone else to disrespect her, and you still ended up being in her house. But yeah. So my mom lived with her mom for years. Her mom and her brother, because her brother, my mom and her brother, because her brother is handicapped. Now, when my mom lived with her brother and her mom, my mom's brother, we're just gonna call him uncle. when my mom would be with her mom and her brother or whatever, he would like watch us like a lot. Um, but by that time, it was like everybody wanted me to. I don't know. To me, it was like I was just always controlled. Like I really hate being controlled. Like my mom and my father can control me all day long if they want to, but if somebody else controls me, nah, boo, we gon' argue all day, every day. And I was very bad, because I didn't really like being controlled. Like, don't fucking tell me what to do. Still to this day, I don't really like being controlled, because it's like, bro, you know how many years I've been controlled? I'm done with that shit. So my uncle and I would butt heads like all the time, because he will always make me do more things around the house than my brothers. And I just did not understand that. Even with living with my mom, like she will always make me do more things than my brothers. And she says it's because like I'm the female, so I'm supposed to be doing more women things around the house. They're very like, women should do all the housework, guys only supposed to take out the damn trash and that's it. Like, what? It's confusing as fuck. Women is supposed to cook while the guy just sits on their ass and do squat dilly shit. And even like, holiday time, it was always the same way. Women in the kitchen, women clean, women cook, and the guys just sit on their ass and do nothing. So I grew up with me always having to do more stuff than my brothers. And my brothers grew up very like, they say that I'm privileged, but my brothers really are privileged, because I had to do more shit. Like it's just how it is. You feel me? But yeah. So my brothers grew up not knowing how to cook, not knowing how to clean, and whenever they did clean, they did never clean the shit right. So it's always fucking messy. So whenever I would come, my mom would ask me, hey, can you clean? Or can you do this? Or can you do that? Because your brothers didn't do it right. Well, then why didn't you teach them? Or why didn't you tell them to do it right? You are the mom. It was like as I grew up, I literally was the second mom. Like, straight up. If there was a problem, I was normally the one who ended up solving the damn problem, because my mom was always in her room. It was just so fucked up. Like, and then I really got tired of that shit. Like, I got really tired of that shit. So then I stopped coming over. Period. I'm like, bro, y'all only want me here just so I can be able to clean and take up the responsibility that my mom was supposed to take up. I just don't understand. What is the purpose of bringing me here? And so I will always get in trouble, like, oh, you never come visit us, you never come do this, you never come do that. And it's just like, look what y'all making me do though. I'm not a fucking slave. Like, I don't understand. So they think it's because, like, I don't know what the fuck they think, and I'm never gonna know what the fuck they think. But to me, I feel as though it was like control manipulation type shit. On top of love bombing. My mom is very good at love bombing. My mom is very good at trauma bonding. My family is very good at love bombing. My family is very good at trauma bonding. They use the trauma against you. And it's been going on for generations. And I'm like the only one in the family that is strong enough to break generational curses. All right. And also family incest. Like, that shit is definitely heavy, and I'm the only one who's strong enough to stand up to my parents. Nobody was strong enough to stand up to their parents. But I don't give a fuck if you was in the military, and I don't give a fuck if you was in the army. If you bother me, if you treat me the wrong way, I will stand up to you. And I don't care if you want to kill me. You gotta catch me first, period. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna make a part 2 to this. But at the end of the day, the reason why I left my situation with my family is because they wanted to kill me and replace me with my cousin. Because I didn't want to contribute to the family incest. So I'm in a different location because they wanted to kill me. And I was being guided to leave the situation behind so I don't die. And quite frankly, ever since I've been gone, I've been the most happiest ever. I'm not on that spell shit that they're on. In fact, quite frankly, I didn't really believe in spells until I realized that they were doing spells on me. And that was the whole entire reason why I was not doing anything with my life, because they literally was stopping it this whole entire time. But the same people who was stopping it are the same people who was trying to figure out why I didn't do anything with my life, yet they were the same people that was stopping me from moving forward in my life. So since I left them, now I'm doing shit with my life because I'm not in their spells anymore. And it's like, bro, what is so confusing? Because it's like, what the hell? To me, it's like, bro, y'all really made it seem like it was me that wasn't doing shit with my life, but it was y'all that was putting spells on me, so I didn't move forward in my life. Still to this day, I'm so confused about it. Like, I don't really understand. You want me to do shit with my life, but you're doing spells to stop me from doing shit with my life. Like, make that shit make sense. So it's really just you playing with me at this point. Heavy. But yeah, I go very deep into what these people have done to me. And I still got more. This is just the beginning of the damn story. But this video is getting long. I'm gonna do a part 2 another day. Or yeah, another day. Because I got shit to do after this. So I hope you guys enjoy this video of the part 1 to my story. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Love you.